Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review on the Jaclyn Cosmetics Prep and Set collection, and it's going to be different from all the other reviews out there because it's coming from the perspective of a brown person. So this review is applicable for all like Indian and Pakistani people. I feel like it's important because complexion products, setting products, these kinds of products, they don't work the same way across the board on all different skin tones. So I thought my perspective was important, and that's why I'm making this video. Also, a quick disclaimer for all of my Pakistani audience before I start this video, because I am reviewing a Western product in today's video. My video is going to be primarily in English today so that people from all across the world can understand. However, other videos on my channel are like a mix of English and Urdu, which is my native language. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into the video and talk about Jaclyn Cosmetics Prep and Set collection. So she has 4 products in the line. I'll start with the under eye primer. It has a metal applicator, and she kept saying how it's so cooling under the eyes and so soothing under the eyes. And honestly, I did not expect that to be the case for me personally, because I live in a very hot country and I received my product in like the extreme summer weather of Pakistan, and so I did not expect to have that cooling sensation under my eyes. I was like, it's metal, it's going to grab onto the like heat in the environment, it's going to be lukewarm at best, it's not going to be cooling at all. Well, I was wrong. It is indeed very cooling under the eyes. It is a nice experience applying this primer under the eyes. The product, however, it's neither good nor too bad. I mean, it does hydrate your under eyes, but if you apply your concealer right after applying this under the eyes, I think you are going to get a cakey mess under there. Your concealer is going to crease, so you really have to wait for the product to actually sink into the eyes, into the under eyes, and really just hydrate the under eyes before you apply your concealer and set it. Then once you do that, once you wait for it to set, I think it's a good under eye primer. It will like really hydrate your under eyes. It will make the concealer go on smoother. It will make the entire process more seamless for you on the under eyes. However, like at this price point, and especially for someone in Pakistan or India who has to like import it all the way from the US, pay its price in dollars and then some as premium for like import charges and everything, I don't think it's worth it to go through all of that hassle to actually have this product imported to you, just because like you can get the same results with something very hydrating under the eyes, maybe like a little bit of coconut oil there, or you can use primers that are very hydrating. The Entice Cosmetics primer is actually extremely hydrating, and if you wait for it to actually sink into the skin and go in with your concealer, it does pretty much the same thing. It gives you a very hydrated under eyes, and you can apply your concealer seamlessly over top of it. So while it's a good product, it's not a bad product in my collection, and I think I would use it up. I do think you have to be careful with how you apply it and how you use it, 1. So it's more of a high maintenance kind of product, and 2, I think there are better things that are more accessible for us Pakistani and Indian people, and so I don't think it's worth the hassle and the price for you to get this product imported. Maybe even if you are in US or in like Canada where this product is more accessible to you, I think there's definitely like better and more affordable options out there. So like I said, while it's a good product, it's not something that blew me out of the waters and that I would like tell you to go out, run and buy. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that. The next product in her line is her Brightening and Setting palette. This product is ideal for setting your under eye concealer. She told us to get 1 shade lighter than what we would think our shade to be, because this palette is meant to be brightening. It's meant to be lighter than what you're typically used to, and it's meant to make things like come forward and make the face look more dimensional. I think for me, my mistake from the get-go was that I got the lightest shade, and even though I'm like on the fair side of things, I'm obviously not as fair as like the white people, and so she meant this lightest palette probably for the fairest of fairest people, and so I think I should have gotten like the second palette in this range, because every time I use this palette I feel like my under eyes tend to turn gray. And if you know anything about makeup, you would know that if you have really dark under eye circles, trying to conceal them with a light concealer or trying to set them with a light powder is only going to make them look more gray, because it's just going to highlight those under eye circles even more. And so for me, I really have to like stray away from the top row in this palette and I really have to stick to the bottom row because otherwise my under eye circles are like really gray. The other thing I've noticed about this formula is that every time I try using it the same way that Jaclyn did in her demo on Instagram, I regret it right away. She uses a damp beauty sponge to pick up the product and then set her concealer, and it's just so silky and smooth and seamless in her demo, and I'm sure it looks like that on her. But for me personally, I have some dry patches right around here, and every time I use a damp beauty sponge to set or use this product with, it just grabs onto the powder in here, grabs onto like every single bit of that dry skin, and I just don't like the way that looks. I think it makes my under eyes look crepey and dry and just absolutely not what it looks like on her in the demo. But if I use a brush to do that, I think it looks beautiful. Like for example, today I used a sponge to set this side, I used a brush to set this side, and if you look at me up close, this side looks like too dry, whereas this side looks okay, it looks nice. With a brush, it does brighten my under eyes, but it does not make me look gray. So I definitely prefer applying this powder with a brush. So ultimately, I would say I have learned how to make this product work for me. I do think I need to stay away from the top row, I need to stick to the bottom row, I do need to stay away from a damp beauty sponge, and I need to stick to a fluffy brush to make this product work for me. So whether I recommend or not, I think if you go one shade darker, deeper, if you have like a wheatish or closer to me complexion, then I think you should like stick to the second shade down or maybe even third shade down. That would definitely be a better like shade match for you. And if you have really dry skin, then I would not recommend this product for you, because it is like, for me personally, I don't have super dry skin, and yet I still feel my under eyes look really dry when I apply it, especially with a sponge. So I don't think it's a very hydrating formula, not in my experience at least. So for dry skinned people, I would say stay away from it. But if you have oily skin, I would say like just get the right shade, and I think you'll enjoy this product. The third product I'll talk about today is her translucent setting powder. And I think this is like the best product in her line. Like if I had to suggest one product from the Prep and Set collection, this would be it. It's this beautiful translucent. It's actually translucent. It does not give me a white cast whatsoever. It's extremely finely milled. Like you don't pick up a lot of product in here at all, just enough to set the face with. If you have extremely oily skin, you might not like it because it has like very small specks of glitter and sparkle in here that don't really show up on your skin as glitter and sparkle, but it leaves you with the most natural and healthy glow on your skin ever. I use this to set all over my face today as well, and very often. I really enjoy this product, and it's the one product in her line that I would totally recommend. Like I said, it does not give me a white cast, but if you have really deep skin, it might. I obviously cannot speak for that, but for me personally, it does not have white cast, and it's like a beautiful formula. Totally recommend it. The fourth and last product in her Prep and Set collection is her baking powder, and I got mine in the shade Lilac. This again is the lightest shade in the collection, and honestly speaking, I don't regret getting the lightest shade in this one. It's in the shade Lilac and it's unique. Like I already have a dozen of those translucent powders and the vanilla shade ones. My Laura Mercier one is like that. I have a bunch of other ones that are almost the same shade, that creamy vanilla-ish shade. So I wanted something different. I wanted the lilac shade. So I got it and I don't regret it. She says that this powder is way more pigmented than the powders in the palette. I don't agree. Like I think they are like kind of the same. Like I said, when I picked that one up with a sponge, it actually picks up way too much product and it actually gives me a lot of pigmentation. This one, I don't like baking. So maybe if I bake, I would be really able to see all of that pigment. I just have used it to like cut my or clean up my bronzer at times. I've used it a couple of times with a brush or even with a sponge to set my under eyes, and I like setting my under eyes with it with a sponge. This is never my lip because this is so light. This is never my primary setting powder for the under eyes. For example, in an ideal situation, I would set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier powder because I love that one, and that one really looks flattering on my under eyes with the dark circles and everything. So I would use that to like really set the area underneath my eyes, and then I would use this one with a beauty blender and set like again this area where you would typically want your highlight to be. I would apply it right here and that would really brighten my under eyes and this situation over here. I also love to clean up like my bronzer if it's a little messy down here with this. I sometimes place it with a little tiny fluffy brush like in the center of my forehead, on my chin, and it just really instantly like adds a little light to those areas. So I like it for all of those reasons. But again, is it a product that I would tell you to run and buy? Is it a product that if you are not in the US, if you are in Pakistan or India, would I recommend you to actually go out of your way to pay someone an extra premium price to import this product for you all the way from the US? I don't think so. I think if there's one product in her line that I would actually tell you, yeah, go ahead, buy. There's nothing really like it that you can find anywhere in the local market. It would be her translucent powder. It actually is really amazing. None of these are bad products, by the way. I don't mean to say any of these are bad products. I really like a lot of her products. If you're ever placing an order on Jaclyn Cosmetics, please place an order for her luminous like setting powder, the one she launched after the lipsticks. I never tried the lipsticks. I tried her highlighter, the luminous one, the ones that's meant to be super natural. Like, it's the most beautiful, the most healthy, beautiful, glowy kind of setting powder or like finishing powder I've ever tried in my entire life. So if you ever place an order, that's like definitely worth it. It's definitely worth the price, the hassle, the extra mile you need to go to get that product to you in Pakistan or India. Also, like her lip cushions that she recently launched with her Bougie Rouge collection, they are the most comfortable lip products ever. Like, I love those lip products. Her blush collection, oh my god. If you guys want me to do a video on her blush collection, if enough of you comment that in the comment section down below and let me know that you would like to see a review of a blush collection, I would love to do that. Like, that's another ball game. But as for the prep and set collection, I think like the one product I would truly recommend is her translucent setting powder. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more of such content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Allah Hafiz.